All right, I think we're live. Welcome, everybody. It is now April 27th, 2025. We're here live on YouTube, and this is the Space Water Podcast. We got a goal today. What's the goal? We got the goal being 5 super chats. All right, let's see. All right, now I fixed it. We got a goal. First time I ever did it. Hey, welcome everybody. I just created a goal for the first time. Goal ends in an hour. We got 5 super chats, and we're gonna give out free gifts. Free gifts to those that make the goal. This is gonna be fun. Also, hey, what's up, Alexandra Harter? Of course, my very special lady, Magic Micah, Charlotte Knight. Welcome, Charlotte. You guys are I'm so glad to have you here. Let's see who we got. All right. KD, anybody who wants a shout out, you could come into the chat room. We're going to be doing a special deals today as well. We're going to be talking about this first wave of celestial light that's upon us and how we're going to be entering in. Right now, we're already smack dab into it. A time of purification on the planet that may even last a few hundred years. But we are under this first wave right now. And I have been telepathically being guided for many, many years to work with certain items, to do certain research, to create certain items, and to experience the certain forces that are upon us right now. We need guidance, we need protection, we need clarity, we need balance for our mind, bodies, and souls. That's why it is drastic for people to understand what that it's not business as usual right now. What we're inside of right now could be titled a great summer of purification that's on the planet. Incredible energies are bombarding us from all sorts of areas, and it can be literally a celestial light of higher vibrational energy that can wash over the planet like a global DMT wave of people waking up, right, revealing the deceit around us and the deception around us. It's going to be really hard starting March 21st of 2025 of this year. This was what we entered into, what I'm calling the first wave of light, the first wave of celestial light that's upon us, this first wave of purification as we enter into this great summer of purification, right? This great summer will be purified by fire from the sun, right? So we're going to be purified by fire from the sun. So knowledge of the solar sciences and how they're entwined with the spiritual domain of humanity. Let's put it like that, right? And I'm not prior making these talks. I'm just talking, just off the cuff here. So the spiritual domain of humanity is intimately connected to what's coming from the sun, right? All life on earth, not just humans, all life, right? But specifically, humans are under a purification time that is going to be, it's going to change who we are forever, right? So this light that's upon us is something that people need to process and harmonize and balance, right? and we're getting bombarded by all these forces around us. So the only way, one of the only ways that we can do this is by using certain elements of nature and certain elements of us, because the celestial hierarchy that's getting externalized starting in this year, right? That celestial hierarchy that's getting externalized. And no, that's not boogers. That's just the light in my nose. I know when I lean back, it might look like that I got a booger in there. People have said it. It's the light. So this is not booger. But this celestial light right now that's upon us, um, it's not only needs a way to process for us to absorb it and balance it and harmonize it, right? But people have to also be open to it, right? Because the sun is speaking to us. The sun is sending incredible amounts of information to us. And if people can't feel that the sun is going through a stage of change, this planet is going through a stage of change. And a big part of it is our place and what we've done to the planet and where we fit into nature and the solar system, right? So we're definitely under a wave of purification of this planet. And it's taken many, many years to get to the point where we're at now. So it's going to be most likely a couple of 100 years period. Now, Kali Yugas and cycles, they always usually typically end on March 21st, like the spring equinox, right? Reading the, I'm just, yeah, I'm reading the chat room for a second. Yeah, well, Tesla and Faraday, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, as we go into 2020, by 2045, we might be entering into a complete ice age, depending on how what's in the collective consciousness in humanity as this wave is washing over the planet. Now, I've been literally telepathically guided, telepathically shown what materials to use, what products to create, what shapes and structures to make with the products. And we need to absorb and process this light. So I've been shown to work with certain Vogel crystals and to use high altitude Himalayan quartz and different quartzes throughout the planet that I usually use are from either the Himalayas or Brazil, or Arkansas is another place that I like to use the quartz of, Colorado. And of course, I like the Herkimer diamonds from upstate New York, one of the most powerful energies in the world. And the combination of copper and Herkimer diamonds, and copper and Shungite, and copper and kyanite, it's just a powerful copper combination, because when you have piezoelectric material and you squeeze it, right, especially when it's a coil around it, a copper coil, even when it's a twisted copper like I use, you're opening up and tapping into the piezoelectricity of the mineral, the material, right? So when it's squeezed or compressed or rubbed together, right, you'll open up the light, the information within, right? So as things are being absorbed, yeah, you know what? It's actually, for someone that's called starry hosts, it's actually not new age nonsense. Amethyst and quartz was just as popular 5,000 years ago as it is today. So there's nothing new age about it. It's actually the old ways, the old religion of nature and being connected to the universe. Doesn't mean I don't believe in Jesus or anything like that. But unfortunately, you've been programmed, and there's nothing new age about me. All right. So I'm more of a Renaissance guy. So I appreciate your comment, though. If you want to only try to insult me, then you're going to be removed from my channel and the chat room. So you have anything else to say, Starry Host? And I do have a name. I'm not this guy. How about this Starry Host is going to get blocked? But it's nothing new age. Like I said, everybody, people have been using metals and copper and gold work. Like the Thracians were wrapping gold and copper around quartz thousands of years ago. So there's nothing new age about it, right? Uh, Egyptian pharaohs were wearing moldavite and Libyan desert glass wrapped in gold. You can have an opinion, but an opinion is different than an insult. You said it in an insulting way. So it's all fine to have a debate and an opinion, but you're criticizing. Criticism is different than an opinion. That is different. So I don't know how you learned to interact with people, but criticism is different than an opinion, right? You're criticizing. So that means you're insulting somebody. An opinion could be like, yeah, I don't care for what he's talking about, this and that. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But as I was saying, I have been shown. So people all over the world have been telepathically shown things. People every day are shown things and they don't realize it, right? They don't tap into it. I was shown to use Vogel wands, certain crystal skulls. Um, Actually, I don't want to get into a debate and make this or I'm commenting about people in the chat room. So like I'm not going to respond, but if you want to actually, how about I'll answer your questions, sorry hosts, if you donate in the chat room. How's that? Then I'll start answering your questions and make it a debate about what you want to talk about. How's that? How about you donate and then I'll answer all your questions? And where does it say that the Bible is the end all say all of what's right? How's that? That because you're asking where in the Bible do they mention using crystals? Just wondering. Well, they do mention sacred stones, several places in the Bible, right? But I would probably think, just intuition wise, that if Jesus was here right now, he would wear an amethyst necklace or a bracelet or something like that, right? Nothing's a paid for time moment. Almost every channel on YouTube, you have to donate in the super chat to ask a question. Almost every channel. But I have been doing videos on here for like a lot of years, and very rarely do I get donations. So I've been giving information out for free for many, many years. And where's the energy exchange? There's nothing coming back. It's just given out. But then I'm doing a paid for time moment when I say donate. Yeah, I would love to debate all you. Let's make that show. Let's make it a show like that. Anybody who wants to fire questions to debate me on my perspective, let's go. I'm ready for it. I'm down. Let's do this. I am 100% ready for a debate with anybody wanting to do that right now. Well, I'll do it for free. You don't have to donate shit. Who wants to donate? Who wants to debate anything that I talk about? Because I got ammo for days. Anybody want to debate me on any of the stuff I'm talking about? You guys can go donate to like people that do like the ancient aliens shows and all that entertainment nonsense, right? But not me though. Not me that helps millions of people, thousands of people all the time, right? But if you want to debate anything I talk about, whatever. So anybody wants to send me a question to debate, I'm down. So, but you should have your own opinion. you should have your own opinion. I value that, but I don't also do these videos for somebody to be criticizing me in the chat room, right? That's not why I do it. So if you want a time and place to do that, there's different platforms for that. If you want to have a private Zoom conversation, we can also do that. So, but I'm not going to sit here and make it about, negative comments in the chat room. And I wanted to clear it up because I hate when people just throw that out there. Oh, this is new age nonsense. That comment bothers me a little bit because there's really nothing new. There is new age mumbo jumbo out there. I do agree with that. And a lot of it has to do with, different, like, astrology and horoscopes and things that people just sort of routinely all say. If you have like the same birthday, you're going to have like the same reading from people and things like that. Yeah, that I tend to not agree with a lot of that. And that is a lot of new agey stuff, and it's just a bunch of repetition of people repeating things. But what I'm talking about is very old. They've been doing, these working with stone and metals, metalworking and doing stonework is very old. It's very ancient. And the true knowledge about it has been lost because you have electric currents that generate from piezoelectric material, right? So if you're new to my channel, maybe you haven't seen it before, I could show you a little demonstration of just how you could rub quartz together and you get cold light, right? You get information that's being released from the stone, electrical current that's being generated. And when you have an electrical current that's generated, right, you can put frequencies into it. You could beam thoughts into it. You can tap into that current and manifest, right? So there's nothing new age about that. That's really old knowledge, right? And using quartz is a highly piezoelectric material. And I like to wrap copper coils around quartz. So you have a constant toroidal movement, a squeezing of the quartz, which opens up the cold light within. And the Himalayan quartz is said to contain the knowledge of the ancient Himalayan sages, right? So the ancient knowledge of the Himalayas and the high altitude quartz is one of the most potent quartzes on the planet, as well as the New York Herkimer diamonds from upstate New York. They're like pure solidified light, right? Really, really incredible. So when you have, these are two natural quartz clusters right here, right? So I have to shut the window. You might be able to see the sparks. I might have to shut the lights more out. Let me see. So let me know if you guys can see the sparks and the electrical currents, the cold light being generated. You see the sparks being generated? And it's cold. Right, let me go back a little bit. See the sparks, right? Now, if it was completely dark in here and I didn't have a little light coming through, you would see inside of the crystal it flashing and light being generated inside of it, right? I can see the sparks, see? You can see the sparks. Yeah. Now, if it was completely dark, you can really see it. You can really see it. You guys can go look on my YouTube channel. I have a video where I did it, where you can see it really good. Right? So I got quartz everywhere now. I grinded quartz everywhere. It's all over my laptop. I was grinding quartz I got quartz all over my laptop now. But so when you have a piezoelectric material that generates an electric current, that's how you can put thought forms in it, right? Especially when it's squeezed and compressed. This is why red granite and granite is so uh, powerful, and why it's used in some of the ancient megalithic monuments like obelisks and dolmens, and all of the most of the ancient megalithic structures are made from granite. Why? Is because there's a high uh, uh, so shout out to my friend Dustin. Dustin is a customer and a friend of mine now, and he sent me a piece of red granite. This is like the red granite that the North Salem, New York balance rock was originally out of, right? You got red granite. This is the piece of red granite slab. So granite is high quantities of quartz. Also, high quantities. They have varying quantities of magnetite and quartz within granite and red granite, right? And I've talked about this before. So when you have quartz, magnetite, you got electricity and magnetism being generated in that structure, right? And especially a lot of those structures that are granite, like red granite obelisks, red granite dolmens, they're built on places that bring natural shocks and vibrations. Like they're put on top of running water, they're put on top of fault lines and energetic lines and things like this, right? So why did they do this? Because as the little shocks and vibrations generate beneath the ground, it rubs the quartz together inside the granite, and that rubbing of the quartz inside the granite generates the cold light, generates the light from the stone, opens up the stone, right? Yeah, you guys can now donate in the super chat for my channel. And right here, you can also donate at PayPal. And we're doing a special giveaway today. All right. So we have a whole bunch of gifts to give away, but one very special gift. Do I have it right here? I might have it in the other room. I don't know if I have it right here. I might have to go get it. But I might have it. It's a quartz with rutile inside of it, heart. I should have got it before the show ready, but no, I don't have it right here right now. It's probably in the other room, but we have a couple of really good gifts to give out. What's up, Johnny? Yeah. So when you have these natural shocks and vibrations being generated with the quartz, right? It's rubbing together inside the granite, right? And it opens up the light. That's why you see a surge of electrons at dawn and dusk, and you'll see orbs that come out of the stone, that you see light orbs coming out, especially at sundown, right? With the North Salem, New York balance rock that's made from red granite, and various other spots where they're put on specific locations that that generate, like there's running water beneath the dolmen in North Salem, New York, and it generates that shocks and vibrations that rub together the granite and the quartz and opens up the light, right? Yeah, granite is very powerful. I mean, that's, in my opinion, why you get so many uh, paranormal or like ghostly encounters on Gettysburg, because Gettysburg, the bedrock is all black granite over there, right? So when you have enormous amounts of energy being expelled, and it's being recorded in the quartz, in the granite, right? And who knows what kind of shocks and vibrations are naturally generated in the earth beneath the granite right there. There's probably fault lines, all types of stuff. Not only that, it's almost like a recording, like time traveling like plane, right? Like the whole area. And it seems that people that might even have past life connections to the Gettysburg and that area, they have certain experiences where they have moments that repeat like a loop in that area. Like I have a friend of mine who went on a field trip when he was a teenager in the summer camp that he was in when he was like a no, might have even been a preteen, like 11 or 12. He went to this summer camp and they went to Gettysburg, and he was standing in a group of 25, 30 people that were in his group, his camp. And he was the only one that had this experience. He all of a sudden heard gunshots and horses. And then he looked to the side and he saw a repeating loop of somebody walking out of the woods like a soldier, right? And he like it was like scary. And he was like, "Did you see that?" He was like grabbing the kid next to him, and nobody else saw what he was saying, so he got quiet and he didn't push it because he didn't want to look crazy. But he said like he was like it at first was like a hologram, and then as he noticed it, it became real as life for a second, like it was on a loop, and then it dissipated. Now, other people have had very similar experiences in that area. What came to me intuitively about that was related to the granite and related to somebody's own genetic memory of the location, right? It'll bring out your genetic memory attached to that location if you have the imprint within the bedrock, right? It's almost like a time traveling device, natural time traveling location. It could bring you back to certain periods of time. It's really incredible. And I think it's related to the granite. you know yeah, I think limestone as well is very huge. Of course, it's used in a lot of the structures. They have a blue stone that's also used at Stonehenge. um I actually have some that Maria Wheatley had sent me. But yeah, I have been specifically guided to work with certain stones, also to have certain cut crystals to absorb this 2025 first wave of light that's upon us. And not only are we going to be using crystal skulls, but Vogel wands. And we're going to be using Vogel wands and the Himalayan hydro quartz pendants and crystal skulls. Those three items I'm making for my limited edition first wave of 2025. There's only going to be like a certain amount, 9 made of each, basically. And this is to help people process, as maybe I might be able to make more of them as we get, more, I'm able to buy more product. But for right now, I was able with the money I could get together to make some of the wands. I got like 6 Vogel wands made. Um, 3 of them are pendants form, 3 of them are wand form. After those, we can make a second round. But right now, we got Vogel wands, gem Himalayan quartz skulls, and the Himalayan hydro quartz. Now, this has millions of years old of water, high altitude Himalayan water inside of these. Really, really special. Let me show you guys some of the products that I'm talking about. Now, Vogel wands, also the Vogel wands that I have out right now. These limited edition ones, they are all coming with embroidered pouches. They're made with a silk and another material. They're embroidered. And the Vogel wands are gonna come. I have this one with one of my big. This is my own personal big amethyst Vogel right here. That has been charged at the North Salem, New York Balance Rock. Now I also have the ones that we have available on the website. They're gonna come with these embroidered pouches as well, and they come with a free gift. Hey, what's up, Chloe? What's up, KD? Everybody in there. David Van Villet. Van Villet. Van Villet? Is that Dutch? Van Villet? Villet. Is it Villet? Is it French or Dutch? All right. So Vogels, if people don't know what Vogel wands, yeah, hydro quartz I'm wearing right now. One of them. You could see the bubble inside of it right there. There's a bubble right in the end right here that moves around. Yeah. Mount Graham is said to be like that as well. Mount Graham in Arizona is said to be like David Van Vliet is saying. Um, Mount Graham is said to be like a wormhole between Earth and the sky, or Earth and another dimension. So, what's interesting about that location, Mount Graham, is NASA and the Vatican have these high powered telescopes in that location. Like one of them is even called Lucifer. And the other one is called the VAT, the VAT, I think it's called. Yeah, Mount Graham is a very important area, and I think it was the Apache in that area, if I'm not mistaken. They had these mountain devils that they called the Gon, that were these like demons that protected, or these spirits that protected the wormhole that connected Mount Graham to the heavenly realms. Right. Yeah. There's a lot of mountains that have that similar myth with it as well. Vliet. Oh, it's Van Vliet. I knew it was Dutch. I thought it was either Dutch or French. Yeah, the Flying Dutchman, David Van Vliet. Hey. Yeah, I used to kickbox when I did Muay Thai, and a lot of Dutch kickboxers I trained with for like 3 months, 3 4 months. I trained with them almost every day, and they were from Holland. They were Dutch kickboxers. They're tough dudes too, tough guys. The Flying Dutchman. Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite kickboxers of all time. 'Cause a few of my favorite kickboxers of all time are were from the Netherlands and Holland, like Ramon Deckers, Ramon the Diamond Deckers. I don't know if you know who that is. Ramon Deckers. He passed away now. I can't believe he died. He was like in his 40s when he died. He was young. He was the man, bro. He was like the first white guy to ever go to Thailand and knock their champions out. He was a beast. He might have even been smaller than me. He's like 5'8", 5'7", 150 pounds, 160 pounds when he was competing. And he was like Mike Tyson, knocking dudes out. He would just come at people. Ramon Deckers, his name was. If you ever look him up, he was the man. Ramon Deckers. Yeah, they're the Golden Glory team is still around, and all them. Like even Rob Kamen, he was Dutch. A lot of those guys are Dutch. Yeah, oh see, I beat you to it with Rob Kamen. I said it before you. Yeah, Rob Kamen passed away now too. He was Mr. Low Kick. They called him Mr. Low Kick. Yeah, boy, when I was first starting to compete, those guys were in Thailand doing things. Oh yeah, another Dutch girl. Well, we got a lot of Dutch there. Nice. Glad I got Dutch fans. They can feel the energy. Shit, I'm always just wearing. Look, I'm wearing kickboxing pants right now. Muay Thai pants for underwear right now. Look, Lumpini kickboxing shorts. You never get it out of you. Yeah. So let me show you guys the new Vogels, some of the new Vogels that I'm talking about. And just so you guys know, we just did it just now before the show. we got special coupon code the first of the year for spring. The coupon code is spring. You get 20% off any order over $25. We got 20% off. And some items I already have 50% off sale. So you can get 70% off with the coupon code off some items. Right now at the mysticalspiralstore.com. So if you guys let me see, I got it here. Right here. Guys, look, I've been putting up new items every day. And right now you can get 20% off. We're going to keep it up for like 24 hours or so. This is the spring deal. Now I got the first wave of light. We got all products. Look at everything from, look, these ones are only $18.99. Look at the Shungite pendant. And that's including shipping and a free gift and necklace material. What? Incredible. So we got all price ranges, and we got gemstones and tensor coils. We got everything you can possibly need out there. And I've been putting like 10 items up every day. So even some of these are highest quality reticulated quartz. I highly recommend. This is an extra large size. This is a big one. We have all different sizes. I highly recommend these. One of the most powerful types of quartz is with the black tourmaline, right? And these are big sizes here, and the highest quality, right? Some of these are really, really high quality. You can get less expensive ones of lesser quality, but these are very high quality, incredible quality. And these are my first wave limited edition Vogel wands. They're 12-sided. This was I was telepathically guided to use this cut. Me and my buddy Orlando designed these, and these have rutile in them, and they are imprinted with this first wave of light harmonized, and so we can process this wave for the next few decades or more, right? So this is a lifelong companion right here, and this wand is rutile inside of it. And we got all sorts of Vogel wands. And check this. I also have, so these are the rutile ones. These are the Himalayan quartz rutile ones. And you guys can get 20% off this right now, today, which is a great deal because I already have them on sale. And you guys can go, like, literally go spend this money at, anything. People go spend it on an ounce of weed or something, right? And or whatever. They go spend it on drinks or whatever. And you can have this for the rest of your life, right? So these are really worth every penny, and they are imprinted with that 2025 first wave. Just like Marcel Vogel, the guy who created these, was telepathically guided to create the Vogel. I was telepathically guided to use this specific cut that we're using, the sides that we're using, and the specific type of quartz, right? I also have these limited edition. These are like incredible gem quality Himalayan high altitude rainbow quartz, really large size pendants as well, right? So these are absolutely the highest energy pendant you're ever going to wear, and they are so worth it. You can get 20% off these right now. Incredible deal. Insane, because I already have them on sale. So we're doing a huge deal having those for sale. We also got all types of Herkimer diamonds. I have Herkimer diamonds on sale for $29.99, and you could get the highest quality ones like this. This one is a huge Herkimer diamond from upstate New York with rainbow and petroleum deposits, all sorts of things that make the Herkimer diamond very special and unique. We also have some steals right here, because check this out. You guys can get these Herkimer diamond. This one's on sale for $35.28, so you can use the coupon code and get 20% off this. It's a Herkimer diamond amulet. We have many like this, all different types. This is another Herkimer diamond with a tensor coil wrapped around it. Also, check this out. This I highly recommend. This is on sale. You can get 20% off of this as well by using the coupon code SPRING. Pink Morganite gemstone. It's already on sale for $29.99. Plus, you can get 20% off. So, guys, you can do a whole bunch of shopping. I'm not going to leave this coupon code's not going to be active for more than 24 hours because I'm going to be losing money on some of these products. But I highly recommend. This is another first wave product. This is a gem high altitude Himalayan quartz skull, right? So there's a difference. I'll show you the difference real quick between a skull that's $30 and a skull that's $300. So you have this quartz skull that is really incredible. It's got rainbow in it, bunch of rainbow in it and everything. This is a $30 skull, right? Now, this is a $300 skull. You see the clarity, the gem quality, and it's got the rainbow. Look at even on the pineal gland, all the rainbow and the rainbow all over it, right? This one also has rainbow, but this is a $30 crystal skull, and this is what's a $300 gem quality Himalayan quartz crystal skull. So I have all types of price ranges if you want. So this crystal skull right here is one of my first waves of light crystal skulls. You can get 20% off right now. This is Himalayan high altitude rainbow quartz crystal skull. And there's rainbow everywhere. You can see the beautiful carving with the jaw, master carved. This is part of our first wave of light. Really incredible. Johnny, you gonna get number 4, Vogelwan? Which one's number 4? Let me see which one's number 4. That's number 5. This one's number 5. Which one's this one? This is number 4. Oh, yeah. This is the one that you're going to get. That's dope. Yeah, use the coupon code. Oh, shout out to Johnny. Johnny, you're going to get the heart. You're getting the heart Rutil free gift. Shout out to Johnny. All right, so I will put another one of these up available. We have 3 of these type of pendants available. That was the first one. So I have 3 of them made. Johnny, I'll put yours aside right now. So this was yours. Look at that rainbow in that. You guys see that? The clarity on this Vogel. This is a Vogel wand pendant. Look at the rainbow in that. Insane clarity. This is at least worth over $300, this Vogel wand. At least. Look them up. This kind of clarity and Himalayan rainbow quartz that this is. All right, we need 4 more. Thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you. We got a gold too of there. Shout out to Charlie Brown for the donation. Woo! Yeah. So this is for Johnny. We also, if somebody wants to claim them now for the same price that you saw on the website, we have two others. Same quality. You can claim them now before I put them up on the website. There's two others like that. These are the other two. These ones are a little thicker than the one Johnny bought, and Johnny's is a little bit longer than the thicker one. So this one is the thickest, but the shortest. This one is the second thickest and the second longest. And this one is the thinner, a little bit thinner, but the longest. The quantity, a quantity button to work on the site. What do you mean by quantity? Most items only have one available because they're unique and specific. You know what I mean? You'd have to get other because like most of the items I have are one of one. So there won't be like you could buy three of it because I put each item up because each item is different, right? It's uniquely wrapped or it's a specific specimen. So I don't like when you see a lot on websites they have like you could buy four of something. So what do you like? They have four available, so you don't know exactly which one you're getting. I have it put up so you know exactly which one you're getting. If you want multiple of something like a wholesale deal, let me know. I can make you an invoice or something if you want multiple things of something. But you can see if you want, like, say you want to get multiple Shungite necklaces made of copper, right? There'll be Shungite. It's okay, right? Yeah. So there'll be several of that style available usually, right? So that's how I do it. This way, you know exactly which one you're getting, right? I don't like that. Like you'll be like on a website and they'll say, okay, I say I want to get. I'm just using this to, for just I'm just using this as an example. I want to get a rose quartz palm stone, right? And then there'll be eight available. So you're getting one of that eight. They're not telling you which one you're getting. I want to know if I'm paying good money for a high quality crystal. I mean, it's one thing if you're paying for little tumble crystals, you're getting them for $1, $2 each or whatever. I get it. It's luck of the draw. But if you're paying for top quality crystals, I want to know which one exactly that I'm getting, and I want to see multiple pictures, if not a video. So that's what we got. You know, yeah, I don't want to shop blind, especially for crystals, and especially if you're buying them maybe with the chance of reselling them because you have your own business. Like I know Chloe, you do that as well. You have ones that you buy for collecting, and you have ones that you buy for resale. You want to know what the hell you're getting, and what you're going to be providing for people. All right, that's why it's taken me a few years, but now you're getting from the Mystical Spiral Store, a small family-owned business that most of the carving, most and all of the metal work is being done in-house. Right, so you don't have to worry about those tariffs and taxes that are going to be coming for international because I have pretty much everything that you need and I'm right here in the States, right? So I can do wholesale and retail, right? So let me know if you guys are also interested in wholesale because I have that available as well. Yeah, Shungite is one of I have a few signature series. If you guys look on my pendants and my items up there, I have a few signature series items that I do. One of them is copper and Herkimer diamond, and then one of them is copper and Shungite. The Shungite, I call it my heal shield, harmonic evolutionary altruistic light heal. That's what it stands for, my heal shield. It's the EMF protection heal shield. Now, my most powerful ones, I would say, are made with the twisted copper, the royal cubit measurement that I use, and with the copper tensor coil like this. And you see, I use the highest quality AAA grade elite noble collector's grade shungite. You'll see, look at, even they got rainbow on many of them. Look at that. See the rainbow right there I have in the picture? Very high quality shungite. And when you're wrapping that copper tensor coil, it's a generator of what's inside of the stone, right? You're generating the properties of the stone and amplifying it and broadcasting it. It's really powerful. Really powerful. And I highly recommend Herkimer diamonds. Like I said, they're like pure solidified spiritual light. Um, we got all styles. Look at this bad boy of the rose quartz hybrid. This is like a collector's grade tower too. Really, really high quality tower. Rose quartz and royal cubic copper tensor coil. It's a hybrid of rose quartz and a little bit of like a fire golden healer in there. Shungite, for Charlie Brown in the chat room. Shungite is filled with carbon 60, C60, right? So carbon 60 is not only good for EMF protection, but it's good for like making you younger, like regenerating your cells and your body and things like that. Look into it. Buckyballs, like the fullerenes, right? So look into all of that. So that's what Shungite, and Shungite's very mysterious how it was formed. It comes in from Karalia in Russia, that area. I think many people think it might have formed from a meteor impact, and because of the composition of what was in that specific area's soil and the meteor impact, Shungite formed. So I might be wrong about that, but I pretty much that's what's coming to me about. If you want to say intuitively, telepathically, what's coming to me about Shungite is I'm seeing that fire from the heavens came down, and the composition that was in the soil was special, and it formed that. And that's not happening randomly, guys. Do not think that things come out of the heavens and just hit this planet by random rocks just floating through space. They are on divine mathematical orbits and precision, and they are divinely timed, divinely guided here for sure. And Shungite does completely block a lot of negative energy, as does kyanite. Kyanite is one of the only stones on Earth that does not absorb negative energy. And I love kyanite clusters, really high quality kyanite pieces. And I've charged them up at the North Salem, New York Balance Rock if anybody's interested in them. This is like one of my blue kyanite clusters. It's inside of Brazilian quartz, really high quality quartz as well. I have a lot of these available if people are interested in these kyanite pieces. Look at the beautiful blue on these. I have them, I usually keep them around my laptop while I do these shows here. Really incredible. I have some up on the website, but I have a whole bunch of them if you guys are interested in kyanite. I do have a whole bunch of those blue kyanite specimens. If anybody's wants to get one in the chat room right now, or they're looking for them, let me know. I mean, we got a whole bunch of these beautiful specimens here of kyanite from Brazil. Beautiful, huge pieces of kyanite. I also have some kyanite pendants that I wrap. I literally have some of my own personal pieces of kyanite, right? My own. I made pendants by pulling the kyanite out of these specimens. So let me show you. You see that missing? Let me get a good mark. Look, there's a missing Missing piece here. See that? That missing spot right there? That's because I pulled the kyanite out and wrapped it. I've been doing that on my own pieces. I pull them right out of here and I wrap them. And I charge these up at the North Salem, New York Balance Rock. It took me almost an hour of wiggling this right to get it out really good. So I have some beautiful pieces here of the blue kyanite that have been imprinted at the balanced rock and some that haven't. So depending on your preference. And some of these are really incredible. Look at this one. Look at that big piece. Love this one. And we got, let's see this one. Oh, look at this one. This one, the kyanite is huge. Look at that. Look at that big, huge pieces of kyanite in there. Beautiful. And this one, it stands up like a sculpture. This one actually stands up. That's beautiful. Whoa. That is beautiful. It stands up. That is really cool. Then we got, oh, this one has big chunks of quartz in there. Big chunks of quartz. Look at this bad boy. Look at that big kyanite in there too. Look at this. Big piece of blue kyanite in there. Yeah, these are big, these are beautiful pieces. Yeah, it matches my shirt. You're right. And look at, they have the Etruscan Romulus and Remus, the she-wolf, the Etruscan she-wolf there. Look at that. Love that. And my mic, and my mic, and my mic. Yeah, this is old school, this one. I don't think they sell them like that anymore. I'm not sure. Look at this one. This one's beautiful too. This is like a wand. I also have, I got two kyanite big pieces, like big ass pieces of wands, similar to the amethyst wands like this. And this is my amethyst vogel. Really big amethyst vogel right here. Mixed spiral. What's up, peaceful penguin? Yeah, well, Romulus and Remus is one of those stories where they were said to be created by a fallen angel and a human, and they were the offspring. Romulus and Remus is one of those ones that are said to be was one of those people that was said to be created that way. Now you guys can take that with a grain of salt, or you could say there's some truth to it. That's why they say that he was suckled by a she-wolf, the Etruscan she-wolf, right? Some sort of Nephilim being. But yeah, I got a whole bunch. Look at this big piece of kyanite too. Look, this is like a rock of it. You let me know. People want to get the whole lot of them. I'll sell them wholesale. Let me know. I need to get rid of some of this. I can't keep all this stuff here. Let me know, people. I'll get rid of all these. There's about 15 of those specimens if somebody wants them. And some of these have big pieces of quartz in there. Look at that. Look at that, big chunks of quartz in there and big, big pieces of blue kyanite. Also, I've been shown too. We're gonna get into it. What time is it now? All right. I want to get into SETI the first and a couple of things that I was guided to that has some answers for us that people need to re-examine. And some of the walls of SETI the first, some of the walls of the Pharaoh Unis, and other things that I was guided to that we're gonna get into. But let me show you first too, before we move on from the crystals and everything, the hydro quartz limited edition ones. Also, I highly recommend the sunstone and the rutil. You guys could get 20% off of these right now. These are gemstones, people. These are not just regular crystals. These are gemstones. This is a sunstone gemstone wrapped in the regular copper coil. Really beautiful. And look at the confetti of flash that you see on these. Literally confetti of rainbow flash on this sunstone. Beautiful confetti of flash. Look at that. Insane. You also can get a copper tensor wrapped around the sunstone gemstone, which ain't easy to do, to wrap that thick copper around that little gemstone without cracking the gemstone. Ain't easy. Trust me, that shit is not easy. And you guys can see this is very high quality sunstone. Sunstone is just amazing. Great for your solar plexus as well. And these are my limited edition first wave of celestial light in hydro quartz spiral out 432 hertz coils. I highly recommend these. I've been wearing one for 2 weeks and they're amazing. I even sleep with this bad boy. I tuck it in my shirt and I sleep with it. You guys can see the ancient water bubble right here, millions of years old in a pyramid deposit of oil. You can see ancient water bubble. And now if you guys want to see the water bubble moving around, I'll show you real quick. Look inside the pyramid right here. You'll see it moving in a second, like a lava lamp. See it moving around? Watch. Look at how cool that is. Look at how that moves around like that. So cool. That's a big bubble right there, too. Really big. And you can play with it and move it around the whole pyramid the way you bring it different areas. Really cool. We also have another one available of that here too. This one is my favorite. It's got like 5 water bubbles in it. Let me show you the bigger ones. Look at these water bubbles in here moving around. I don't know if you guys can see them. It's right here. See the one just jumped right there. There's a few of them. There's like 4 bubbles moving around. See them moving around in there? They're really, really amazing. And this one's very cool. Just very cool. And that's high altitude Himalayan and hydro quartz. Badass. And you can get 20% off of that today. Today. Really cool. Look at this. Only $37 for Herkimer Diamond. And the smoky one, look at this one. $39.55. You can get 20% off of that. Smoky quartz Herkimer diamond, smoky Herkimer, and it's got a lot of clarity. Look at when you hold it up in the light. Insane. All right. So you guys could check out the website. Like I said, it's the coupon code is nice. Chloe, you ordered two pendants. I'm just looking at the chat room now. Cool. You got Shungite, right? I know you love the Shungites. Those Herkimers, no doubt. I'll check afterwards. Let me first put these crystals away real quick so they're not in front of me. We got the goal in the super chat. We're giving away gifts to all the people in that make the goal in the super chat. So you guys, if you want to donate for all the years that I've been offering you guys all the information, it'll be well worth your donation. And I gotta say, these AAA grade, damn near gem grade reticulated quartz palm stones are so powerful. So powerful. I know my brother Johnny, he says he sleeps with his, my buddy Johnny over there. So these are really, they have rainbow on them. The clarity is incredible. I've been putting them up one by one. You guys can get them up on the website. Really incredible. I love that yin yang energy of reticulated black tourmaline quartz, because really that's black tourmaline inside there. I have a natural piece that I have that I had a wooden stand made for that I have right near my laptop. Check this one out. And this got rainbow in it, and the stand just fits that specific piece. I had one made for Isaac like this as well. Our buddy Isaac, that's also a moderator for my YouTube and a longtime customer and friend. He had a it's a more thicker one and a little bit less high, but very similar. Same from the same cut too, from the same quality. I love that. I also have gem quality. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to the website because I have a steal right now that if somebody doesn't notice that before I look at this. So right here, I have this on sale for 50% off right now. It's gem grade reticulated quartz. I have it for 50% off already. If you use the coupon code, you can get 70% off of this. All right. This is silver coated copper tensor coil wrapped around gem quality reticulated quartz. This is a steal right now, everybody. I'm losing money on that because typically the way, if you have your own crystal business out there, typically what you'd like to do is say, I'll give you an example, how you find what to charge for crystals. You take the money that you paid for it. Say you paid $5 for a crystal. You times that by 3. So you got 5 times 3, right? What's that? 5 times 3 is 15. So you got 15. Then you put at least a little bit above minimum wage time that you put into it, and the any other materials that you might use that go into it, right? So I have the silver coated copper, I have the quality gem here, and all of that. Now those quality gems that I have right here, Those reticulated, these little pieces right here, they go between $20 and $40 each because of the quality. Right, they're very, very high quality. You rarely see that type of quality reticulated quartz. So this is really a steal for this right here. This is my Halo 99 amulet, and I believe it does have a little rainbow in there as well in some little spots you'll see. I mean, and the quality is just insane, the clarity. Incredible. That's my definitely my deal of the day right there. Definitely my deal of the day. Insane. But yeah, Marcel Vogel was, yeah, Marcel Vogel was a guy that invented the Vogel cut. That's why, hence the Vogel name. He worked for like IBM for like damn near 30 years. And then after it, he did a lot of like psychic work with his own money, like psychic research. And he was telepathically shown how to, the best way to beam and use quartz for thought manifestation and for the maximum potential of the energy of the crystal, right? And so that's why he came up with this Vogel. Now I know he said anything more than 24 sides starts to diminish the capabilities of the quartz or of the crystal, but I tend to like to use the 12 sided. So this is a large triple A grade amethyst with rainbow all throughout. You can see the beautiful, huge rainbow pieces in there, right? This one I've had for a couple of years, and I brought this to the Balance Rock during winter solstice a few times. And this was my main Vogel wand that I was working with when I started to get the visions of using the Himalayan quartz and imprinting it with this first wave of light on solstice, on equinox, I mean, on spring equinox, right? So this is when we entered in to this great summer of purification that we're going to be going into over the planet. And this summer of purification is going to last for a couple of 100 years, right? It's going to be a huge transition period on this planet. And depending on what's going to be the outcome of it can depend on the the weather patterns, the climate of the earth, and the climate of the spiritual domain of humanity, right? So, and where we fit in it all, it's going to be really incredible because the sun is going to bring incredible changes on this planet, a purification, and we're right in the middle of it right now. The first wave of it is upon us. Really incredible, right? So, I highly recommend people, if you haven't started to find who you are and where you fit in things. And I'm not talking about materialized. Why? I'm talking about spiritual, right? It's time to get right. It's time to get right with yourself and where you fit in nature and the universe. Because ultimately, humanity is going to go through changes that we never, frightening new changes. And uh, hopefully the collective consciousness of humanity will literally start to awaken through this wave of light that's upon us. And it's happened before, right? And I feel that cultures that they talk about, like Atlantis and things like that, there's going to be a time where America will be the new Atlantis. It'll fall right into the water. And I have strong visions about this, that the whole continent might even sink. It might even plummet to the bottom of the ocean, just like Atlantis did before. Right. And we might be entering into a full ice age in 2020 2045, right around the corner. but nothing is set in stone, right? We can totally change. I totally feel like I said, like a DMT event where it'll wash over the planet, where people will be at a higher vibrational energy and there'll be no more deceit. Like people's lies will start to get unveiled, right? Things will shift. Yeah, extinctive volcanoes will wake up. And I think it's the sun that's going to awaken this. The sun sends these solar storms. The solar storms trigger vibrating energies on the planet that awaken volcanic energies through earthquakes and all sorts of things. And these volcanism events are extinction events, volcanism events, right? They shift and shake the planet. And this is happening right now, right? And this celestial water, celestial white light that's going to wash itself over the planet like a celestial fire, right? It's the Mayim Hayim of Hebrew, of the Bible. The Bible talks about this. People that are into the Bible in Hebrew, they call it the Mayim Hayim. It's the living waters that's going to wash over the planet, right? Flow right through Jerusalem, and it's going to come over the planet like a global DMT, right? It's a celestial awakening, right? And this is the great summer of the purification of humanity. And it's going to be filled with cataclysms. And I don't mean about the summer, like from June to August. I mean, it's going to be a summer of celestial fire of purification that's going to last 300 or so years, where humanity at the end is going to be different, if not completely diminished. And those that survive will usher in the new earth and the new golden age. Right now, yeah, yep, yep. Well, I'm gonna probably go live back again today, guys. Go to the mysticalspiralstore.com tonight. We'll get into SETI the first and all that. We got to go get dinner, and I got to do a couple of things. So, guys, check out the Mystical Spiral store. The discount code is up right here. Space Water Podcast, episode 60, as we spiral